What's your background and views in this area of planning in Middle?
Okay, it's something I've had quite a bit of involvement with over the years. I've been a commissioner around commissioners for the last 4 years, so that is part of that role is a planning role, the first stage of looking at planning and deciding whether the local authority would challenge any plan that's in. So on a month-by-month basis, I see plans at that level. But over a longer period than that, I've been involved in public inquiries, especially over the issue at Camlork, which I think at 3 different public inquiries now I've spoken, made a contribution. And I was involved in those because I felt that we were looking at plans for developments that were out of all proportion to the community in which they were going to be placed, were not adding at all to the community or the amenities, and were actually detrimental to the village of Union Mills and the Strang at the time. And that's why I was involved in it. So that's been my background in it. My views on planning, I'm not against development. You know, some development is actually necessary. We need first-time buyer houses. As time goes on and we get an older population in the Isle of Man, when people live longer all around the world, you end up with more people living on their own. So you need more units of housing to accommodate them. So I'm not opposed to change, but I think what is really important is that that the planning is good quality and that it meets the needs of the people in the community that's being built, and it meets the needs of the community that already exists if it's being added to it. And this is where we look now, looking back at the developments that have taken place in Moran over the last 12-15 years, and the population grew enormously, but there were no additional shops of any description. And this is why we're left with an entire community where people, now that the post office in Crosby is closed as well, there are people living in Moran, if they want to walk to get a newspaper on a Saturday morning, it's a 4-mile walk, 2 miles down to Union Mills and back. So I want to see planning that meets the needs of the communities. That's the most crucial thing.